purpose of the project were to do a mass participation dance project. It was very much about working in a county-wide way as well. We didn't have any dedicated dance development agency in Staffordshire, and we had very little community dance going on.
It's noticeable in the counties where there are dance agencies that the network of dance artists and the level of dance activity has been considerably increased.
There's not a great deal of contemporary dance in Staffordshire, and there's a great need for it. You know, artists are having to go outside of the area rather than actually doing something in the place which they live.
So this really was about engaging with a lot of people through a number of projects, which really gave them their chance to be part of the Olympics through the Cultural Olympiad. We also wanted to look at making choreographic projects which were about engaging with people who had had no dance experience before. So what that meant was really taking the project to them.
It's good fun, but it's like, I feel like special because you're working with someone who's like really famous and they know what they're doing.
I was really proud because I was happy that I did all these things quite successfully.
My little boy, he has delayed development, loose ligaments and low muscle tone, and this is the first thing that he's been able to do outside his school with mainstream children, and you can tell he's very proud that he's been able to do it to his ability, so he's thoroughly enjoying it.
But to dance with someone like this professional and that, it's like been basically an honour to do it, really.
Initially, the initial response to the open workshops, it was a lot of young people that came forward, and Dancing for the Games were very keen to work with young people and to nurture young people. However, we wanted to try and make the groups as diverse as we possibly could. So when we had those initial discussions with those partners, they came up with a number of areas that they felt would be really great to develop some work with. We had the adult dance group in Leek, which was Connecticut Dance Engine, which was delivered by Julia Griffin. We also then had the disability group that took part. They were a group of teenagers that took part in Stafford with Amy Thompson. And then we also had an associate artist who was working in Lichfield, who worked with the dementia group. So we did have a really big, wide range of groups that wanted to engage with the project, really wanted to work with those professional artists in order to create their own piece of work, which really contributed towards not just the project but also the Cultural Olympiad for Staffordshire.
It's actually getting a lot of the community up, dancing, moving, getting themselves fit and being active, and also it stimulates the mind, moving the body, so you know it's important in all aspects really.
I just like it all really. I just think it's amazing, and
I just love it. When I'm dancing I just feel like I'm me. It just means everything.
The overriding feeling from participants, it's about the fact that they have experienced something that they haven't done before. So some of them had done lots of dance before, but actually been involved in a project where they were allowed to be creative, where they were allowed to bring their own ideas to the choreography and to the project, really excited them.
I think it's really important. It's something that I really enjoy sort of mentoring is young choreographers. They can put their own ownership on something, and that's something I really encourage and I really like to nurture within youngsters, is actually building their ideas and feeding off their ideas and working as a collaboration.
They've contributed in their own way to something that was really quite exciting for them, performing on those different stages, coming together for that really big festival on July the 1st, but then also even wider is contributing to that West Midlands Cultural Olympiad, which is part of the Olympics.
It makes you feel joyful and happy because you're actually there on the stage, dancing basically.
It's really fun to take part, and you know that it's like a big event, so to be part of it is, well, amazing.
There's only so much you can kind of do within a studio space area, and there's only so much performance you can actually put into it. And actually they need that next level up, and they need that kind of challenge and an audience and a different setting. It actually makes them boost their game a little bit, I always feel.
It feels like you've achieved something once you performed. You've worked all that effort and put all that effort into making that routine really tight and clean. And to perform it, it just feels amazing.
Especially when they've created their piece and then it's their material and they're about to go and perform it, that actually they want to share it with people, and that's what dance is all about.
It makes me feel really special to have taken part in this, and well, I think it's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
My name is Filip Van Huffel. I am Artistic Director of Retina Dance company. And in this project I am kind of also an Artistic Director, somebody who is giving all the local artists some kind of guidance, some mentorship, doing some training with them, kind of giving them ways in to work with young people or with people in the community so they can kind of get the project going.
Filip's been fantastic in terms of mentoring us and getting us to share our ideas and talking to him about what it is that we want to do and kind of like the ethos and the philosophy behind our practice and behind our projects as well. And it's really got me to take a step back.
Most of the times we are feeding the students, and now it's Filip feeding the artists. Because I think once you're in this profession, you never stop learning. You just keep on learning. So it's always good to have that open mind.
I think for me as an individual, would have been nice to have some more one-to-one time, perhaps with Filip, to perhaps have a little bit more one-to-one mentoring along the project as the project went along, so that I think we've all achieved so much, and I think the groups that I've been working with have actually kind of really developed over the weeks that I've been with them. But it would have been nice to perhaps just have that last little bit of sort of that, as I said, that one-to-one mentorship to actually really push me a little bit further as an artist and actually feed that back down to the people I've been working with.
I'd sort of trained in dance quite a few years ago and I haven't done anything much since, a little bit of a career change. So it's given me the chance to go back to some roots really. and it's been a bit of a journey really, you know, for us all. I think a lot of us, some of us have been involved with dance recently, some of us haven't. And so I think we're going back to finding bits about ourselves that we perhaps put in a box and didn't, you know, haven't come out for a while. So it's kind of playtime for a few of us, but it does take energy and commitment. And I think that's why we've all become such good friends, really.
There's a real sense of bonding between the group, so I'm quite pleased about that, because obviously in terms of what my remit is that there's got to be a legacy, there's got to be a reason for this amount of work, the 6 months that they've been doing. It's got to have some legs after the project finishes, which I think it will do, because they seem really keen. Already people are saying, oh, there's a lot of performance opportunities outside of what we've got for them, so that's great that they're really keen to carry it on.
Nearly all of the groups who have come forward want to continue with the work. They want to continue working with a professional dance artist and to continue to find ways to have events and festivals that they can take forward themselves.
What has been fantastic, what has happened is that they want more. So the whole project was about get people dancing and then moving them on, so they wanted more, they're very hungry, and that I really do feel that the Get Dancing project has done that. It's given them something and they do want more, and I only hope that that can be given.
It's a new lease of life, isn't it, really, you know what I mean? Just loved it. I don't need to finish it tonight.
I think it's really important that when people from Staffordshire are left on their own devices after we've gone, that they then have some kind of, they know what's next. They can go somewhere people want to take on this project, maybe bigger and maybe even better.
Get Dancing is just a catalyst really for what will come after 2012. So we've got this incredible programme which will see all of these people who've been developed through the programme able to go on sharing their skills, passing on their knowledge, communicating the enthusiasm for dance that they all have, and getting that many more people involved. So for me, Get Dancing is just a step along the way towards this incredible legacy for the whole of Staffordshire.
What we have is we have an enormous amount of work that's taken place. We have 35 project groups would have been set up, an amazing body of work in terms of films, photos, digital media such as the website. But I think it's about those partnerships and those relationships that have been built. And for me, that is what is absolutely central to the success of this project.
One of the most impressive things about Get Dancing is the way that the partnership development that's already happened. The time has been spent making sure that people really do understand each other's objectives, share their objectives, and want to achieve a common cause for dance in Staffordshire.
It's allowed some of those participants to learn about some of those regional and national initiatives that they have, you know, things like Youth Dance England and things like the Centre for Advanced Training. We've now got some of those young participants who are actually now engaging with some of those summer schools that are going on. They know more about the Centre for Advanced Training, they know about young creatives, they know about new dance opportunities.
One of the aims is to literally get dancing, get people to dance, get people to understand how they can move their bodies and how to be creative with their bodies. And I think we've achieved that.
The Get Dancing project overall has achieved all of the aims and objectives that were laid down. In terms of the participants and in terms of the partnerships and in terms of the quality of the work that has taken place in the county, that has far exceeded any expectations that we had. And the fact that so many of those groups are now looking at ways of how they can continue this work, how they can continue to work with the professional artists, how they've now engaged with a professional dance company. Some of them had never seen any professional work before. So it's created a real buzz around being involved in, seeing and creating work. So for us, those really strong partnerships that we've built during the project really will put us in a really good place to continue to develop and to engage with audiences and participants and groups and community groups across Staffordshire.